Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got full Rocky Mountain out there.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Oh, this hard goddamn work being this good.
One more again, see what I take on your front set, I swear.
You ain't my daddy, are you?
There's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
What time is it? Daytime proof.
Okay, welcome again to the Don't Be Blasé podcast. We're coming to you live from the House of Pain, otherwise known as Snap Fitness Adelaide CBD. I'm your host, Speed Caruana, joined as always by my man, Steve Burrows.
Hello, Speed.
Hello, Steve.
How you going, buddy?
Oh, mate, it's 2 weeks in a row and I'm very excited.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's very good. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Larry and Lad, before...
Good to come up there, weren't you?
Yeah, I have to, mate, always. Because you know what? You're probably going to ramble, but much like I'm rambling in the middle of my ad. But anyway, go see the boys in Region OK, get yourself an awesome coffee, listen to some pretty sweet tunes. But for now, on with the show. Now, Steve.
Yes, Speed.
You know, we set the internet ablaze last week. We got all 9 downloads. That was great. It was just, everyone was excited to have us back.
Wow.
Out of all the people that do listen to the show, they were excited. Now, but what they're most excited about is the results of one poll, Steve.
Okay, yes.
From 10 weeks from now, we're going to see a very different, improved Steve Burrows. How are we feeling about your fitness challenge?
Well, I'm disappointed in the listeners that they didn't get behind the boy.
Yeah.
It was an overwhelming response for me to get involved. So I'm just wondering, do they think I'm fat, Speed? Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I just want to confirm that. Maybe we should put that in a poll.
Short answer, yes. Long answer, yes.
All right. So I accept the challenge, Rocco.
Yes.
But
Let me tell you something, Rocco.
let me do some, brother. It can't happen straight away.
Okay.
Because my favourite time of the year is coming up.
Easter.
Easter.
You have a sweet tooth, Steve.
Exactly.
It's the only thing sweet about you.
It's the only time I get to eat chocolate other than Friday, Saturday, Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah, right.
So Easter, it has to be after Easter.
I think I see where the problem started.
And also, it needs to be 11 weeks because my birthday is in June.
Yep.
So I have to give myself a weekend where I can sort of have some more chocolate. Have Easter second.
This is part of the challenge, Steve. This is part of life.
Yeah.
It's learning moderation, okay? Because the whole point, this is what I do for a living, Stephen. You don't want to just tell someone, oh yeah, cut everything out for 10 weeks, no worries, you're in good shape. Then what happens 5 weeks after that? You fucking balloon out again. We can't have that, Steve. We're making a lifestyle change. So it's going to be 10 weeks.
All right, it'll be 10 weeks.
You even have your bad weekend in there.
Can we do it after Easter though?
Yeah, I think we'll reach out to Rocco.
Yep.
Get him the message in.
Yeah.
We'll start. What do you think? We'll start first week of May.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we get the first week of May. That way you've got your, you got your Easter out of your way.
Yep.
You got your Anzac biscuits out of the way. And then we can go from there. That's my big thing. I'm not a big chocolate guy. But as far as like hot cross buns and Anzac biscuits, those two side by side, oh mate, that's me all day.
Is it Anzac biscuits or Anzac cookies?
Biscuits, mate. We're Australian.
Okay, all right.
Cookie is like soda. It's American. It's we're softies.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I love that we've been over this before. The one that I love is that the English have crisps and chips. Americans have fries and then their chips, so the crunchy ones. We just have chips and hot chips.
That's right.
Australians are so dumb. We just dumb everything down.
Nah,
what are they? They're potato. Yeah, they're chips. But what about them? Yeah, well, they're hot chips because they've been heated.
I never thought of that before.
Oh, mate, we are
good.
retarded. We
Well
dumb
done.
everything down. But we're going to move on to a recap of some things being dumbed down.
Sure.
Stephen,
Yes, mate.
give me your brief summary of WrestleMania.
Oh, dear. Well, yeah, I caught up on some sleep, which
Yeah?
I was pretty happy with. It was... Look, I mean, first of all, 5.5 hours, Speed, for Christ's sake.
I've a friend of the show, our mate Concrete Davidson over in Sydney. He's a big fan of his work, especially his work on Twitter.
Okay.
And he's been saying, look, I'm not going to watch it live. I'm going to watch it over. And he's been doing these updates over the last couple of days. He goes,
Okay.
yep, watch the first 4 hours. He goes, yep, just going to head off to work now and then, see how we go. And then yesterday it was like, yep, polished off another 6 matches. Still got about 3 hours to go.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, yep, woke up this morning early. 14 hours, there should be 3-4 matches and I'll be done. Because that thing went forever.
You can have too much of a good thing.
You can have too much of an average thing too.
But that was very average. So, look, I watched it last night. I had a couple of hours. The wife went out to an Arbonne party.
Yes.
All the rage with the mums these days.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we're about to get sponsored. Or
and I got myself 2 hours of quality viewing.
yes.
I had that, or I could have played Black Ops.
Yep.
And I've been winning myself a Black Ops. So, I watched Scarlet Hours. Look, so I watched the whole show within 2 hours, should I say.
Yep.
So what basically I would do, I'd see what match it is.
Yep.
Fast forward about 8 to 10 minutes.
Yep.
Try to catch the end.
Yep.
And that's what I did. So, surprised to see Brock Lesnar opening the show.
Yes, I was very surprised. That was one of the few matches I was looking forward to because I do
Yeah.
love Brock. So
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed with that one.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as Rollins came to the ring and started getting beaten up before the bell rang, I went,
Yeah.
oh, Brock's losing this.
Yeah.
Like, that's upset me. I mean, I understand you got to move the other guys, and I just have a thing for
Is
Brock.
that a UFC thing? Do you think that's his transition? He'll take some time off and do the UFC thing
bit
now?
of both, yeah. So I think he needs to take the break, because if you look at him, he was in ridiculous shape. That's some of the best shape he's been in years.
And
Like,
nice to see you use a bit of tanning.
Yes.
Did you appreciate that as
too.
well?
Like, he's looking the
He's
goods.
usually very white and pasty like me.
He was,
and then he looked
yeah,
nice
he
and
had a bit of tan going. You know, he was like lean and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Didn't look like he was on the gas, which
No.
is, odd for Brock. But no, I was happy with that one.
Yeah.
Like, so I was watching it on Monday. We were in and out of the off. Like, we had it on in the back room at the gym. Myself and Jared watching it. And so I caught that match. I caught Kofi and Daniel Bryan, which I was very excited to see. I was happy with that one. It was very sort of, not formula, but it just, there wasn't a lot of twists. That's the one thing I noticed about this year's WrestleMania. It wasn't a lot of twists and turns. Everything went straight line, like the ones that you thought were going to win won.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a lot of, last minute this and that. Even within the matches, there wasn't a lot of false hope and stuff like that. It was just everything told a very straight linear line. So I was very, very surprised with that.
Imagine they did. They would have got about an 8-hour show, man. Imagine all the false finishes.
Well, that's the problem is the fact that now they don't stream, well, they don't have to, they're not at the mercy of the streaming companies like the ones that are putting it out for pay-per-view. They've got their own streaming service. So now they can actually just do this and just run these shows forever, which it does kill the crowd, which, because the only other match we're really going to talk about is the girls, the main event. The girls did a great job, and luckily, like I called about a year ago, thank God they had Charlotte in there because she's the only one that can actually wrestle and put a match together. But that real abrupt finish, kind of weird.
It was odd.
I always felt like there was a mistake in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But the problem was the crowd was just so tired by the end of it's a long evening. Like, it was a long day watching it. And so it's just like the crowd gets burnt out. Like a friend of mine, Rowan, was there. He works at WWE. And he said he got there around midday because obviously he had to work and do some pre-show stuff.
Yep.
But then he's leaving till almost 1:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And like, I understand you want to put everyone out there and everyone gets to go and everyone gets their show and that sort of stuff. But the thing is, like, the crowds can't maintain the excitement, and you're burning them out. So they want to be excited for that main event, but they've been sitting there probably. I mean, a lot of them probably got there for the pre-show as well, which then makes it a 7-hour event. And they're not giving it the love that it deserves because they're just exhausted. Yeah. So I think they're just asking too much of the fans. Yeah.
I totally agree. And it affects viewing at home. You get this massive crowd of like 80-some thousand who
sitting on their hands because they're tired.
They made no noise.
Yeah.
So very disappointed. So the girls' match I thought was reasonable.
Yep.
I think it was. Well, I don't say it was obvious, but you could have picked the winner.
Yeah.
I think they were building towards her.
Yeah.
To be the winner. To me though, to go on a little bit about it, Becky Lynch. I don't know much about it. I don't watch Raw, I don't watch SmackDown, but the times I have seen her in the ring, I feel like it's a bit of a letdown. Like, she's great at talking and stuff, and then when it comes to the times in the ring, I'm like, she doesn't have the. You know what I'm saying?
I've been chastised for bringing that up before. I think she's in the mold of, and I use the wrong person every time. I say Enzo because everyone hates Enzo.
Right, yeah.
But Mr. Kennedy comes to mind.
Yeah.
When you used to see Mr. Kennedy come out, you're like, yeah, this guy's awesome. And you hear him grab the microphone and he talk, you're like, this guy's awesome. And you watch the match, you kind of go, something's missing. It was just like, it was bizarre. And she's got that sort of thing. She's got that personality. I find her captivating.
Yeah.
And when she's on TV and doing the skits and the promos and her online stuff, her social media stuff's hilarious. Like, she's a really funny chick.
Yeah.
And she's got all the personality in the world. But it's just not translating to the actual matches.
Yeah.
But, and some people just have it, some people don't. And she can definitely get by with the quality of the matches she puts on. She just needs people like Charlotte and that sort of stuff to make her look better. Because if you put her in there with someone else that doesn't really know how to work like they were going to with Ronda, it would not have worked at all.
No.
But we're going to move on, Steve.
Yes, please
So
do.
that's all we've done there. We had fun with the wrestling.
Quick shout out to the Australian girls who did win the title. So.
Yes, Jesse and Cassie, or Peyton and Billy, whatever they are. Anyway, they did a great job. Very proud to see them win the titles. And even our man Buddy Murphy lost the cruiserweight title in the pre-show.
Did he? Yeah,
He did well. You know, we love Matt.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on to the NBA.
Yes.
Just briefly,
Okay.
touch on your little post you put up the other day.
Yes.
Trying to sell everybody on Michael Jordan.
No, not at all.
The more you try to sell, Steve,
No, I was not selling. Everyone knows. Everyone's bought it.
you are the Arbonne of Michael Jordan. You are just trying to sell it to everyone that's listening.
No, but just to confirm what happened, they did the athletic, whatever the hell they're called, survey. 100 and something NBA basketball players.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole bunch of, and there was another interesting thing. I'll quickly throw it out there. But they did say, who do you think is a GOAT?
Yeah.
Jordan was 70-odd%. LeBron and Kobe were pretty much tied 11 and 10%.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple other guys. What I found interesting about that is, what would happen in 10 years' time when that survey is done?
Yeah.
So the guys, the kids who are today 12 to 22, when they play NBA,
Yeah.
a lot of them would have never seen Michael Jordan play basketball.
No.
So what's the vote? And the reason I say that is because Kareem only had 1.7%.
Oh, yeah. Are we talking Lou Alcindor or Kareem?
Well,
Mama named Lou.
Mama, come Claire. I've got Claire. Has anyone watched Coming to America?
Everyone's seen Coming to America. If they listen to this podcast and haven't seen Coming to America, they should turn off now.
Dear. So 2 people had voted. And this guy's the all-time leading scorer. Dude's won like 6 MVPs. Fucking 6 titles, some shit like that.
as you said-
And no one voted for him because they don't know who he is.
As Clarence put it depends on who you grew up watching.
Yeah.
You know, because when you and I were younger, there was the overall consensus was Jordan was the best. Wilt was second because he scored 100 points and averaged 50 in a season.
Shit, yeah.
Third was like Bill Russell. Fourth was Magic. Fifth was Bird.
Yeah.
And then 6th was maybe Kareem. And that was just that was the gospel, It
Yeah.
wasn't back and forth arguing and this and that, It wasn't opinion pieces every 2 days about it. That was the facts. That was who it was. And now everyone kind of goes back and forth about who's, but I've heard people not put Larry Bird in their top 10.
Yeah.
The man won 3 MVPs in a row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're not going to put him in the top 10 all time. It's ridiculous. And so
Yeah.
it's become this thing where it's impossible to now to decide. It's like when we do our top 5 rappers of all time. I have asked a millennial who the top 5 rappers of all time.
I hate to know who they said.
Mate, I can tell you the general. Who's the 2 locks in everyone's list?
Well, it'll be Tupac and Biggie or
Yeah,
Jay-Z and Nas?
Tupac and
Okay.
Biggie are locks in
Yeah.
90% of people's all time. Yeah, mate. There's people that don't even have a Jay-Z, a Nas, a Biggie, or a Tupac in their list. There's a lot of Lil Waynes. There's a few Drakes. There's some little Uzi Verts. There's some bloody terrible names coming through there, Steve. But it's a generation thing.
I tell you, Kanye is sneaking into my top 5, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah.
After his 20-year career, he's only just cracked.
Well, he's shown that he's pretty good.
He stood the test of time.
He has. He's very good.
Although, in fairness, a lot of his best stuff is his early stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Which was written by Rhymefest. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's also in the Diddy. I don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks.
Yeah.
A lot of his best stuff is his early stuff, which was ghostwritten. So
holy snap! I did not know that.
You look
Kanye, you're back out. You're back out. No, mate.
Now you're gonna sub in Drake.
Dear. So what I was gonna say is that that's crazy. So 10 years time, 20 years time, will Jordan get featured, or will he become a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, getting a couple of votes here and there?
I think he'll almost fall into that Wilt category where everyone goes, "Yeah, I know he's the best," and stuff like that. But people just want the new thing. They want a new toy. And they don't care about the old one. They want to care about who the new player is. So people are going to be comparing. Even now, people kind of throw, "Well, I think you're forgetting how good Kobe was." I'm like, no, I remember.
Yeah.
But he's not as good as LeBron, and he's not as good as Jordan.
Yeah.
But the people that don't know Jordan only know how to compare Kobe to LeBron, and everyone's saying, "Well, LeBron's the best player." Right now, but when he was playing against Kobe was the best player, so therefore Kobe must be better. It's like, it's not. It doesn't work that way.
There's a beautiful thing about these arguments. You can put it however you want to.
Yeah.
But Spear, I think you'd appreciate this. You might enjoy this one. another question in that survey was, who is the most overrated player in the league?
Yeah.
2 names came back.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is one of them. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. And do you know who the second one was?
Who?
He kind of, I kind of appreciated it a bit.
Yeah.
Was Draymond Green.
Yes.
The 2 guys who are deemed by other NBA players,
Yeah.
not by audience, not by keyboard warriors, by NBA players was Draymond Green and Russell. That's pretty incredible considering
pretty
Russell
fair.
Westbrook has now averaged
A triple-double.
for what, 3
3
years
years in a
now,
row. Yeah.
and he's deemed to be overrated.
Yeah.
That Draymond Green, I totally agree with. I think I actually do believe he is overrated.
Yeah.
When people tell me he's a Hall of Famer, he's only a Hall of Fame
Oh,
because
no,
of
no, no,
association
He
with the
is
others.
the Horace Grant of this generation.
I tell you what, he's not Horace. He couldn't clean Horace Grant's boots, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I did enjoy that, and I was curious to see what you had to say about Russ.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm actually starting to turn the corner a bit on Russ.
Yep.
I mean, yes, his usage is horrible.
Yeah.
He chucks up some of the worst looking jump shots you've ever
Oh,
seen.
terrible.
But I found this year especially, playing with Paul George, I think he's starting to accept I'm not the scorer here.
No.
You know, and I can get all my assists if I pass the ball to Paul George and let Paul George be that guy because he goes, okay, well, I'm the guy, this is my team, I'm running things. I think he's finally realised that, winning is better than getting the props yourself. So I think he's realised, okay, well, if I get, Steve Adams involved, if I get, Paul George involved, that's what's going to make it. So I'm turning the corner on Russ.
Okay.
He still stat chases a little bit, but I've turned the corner a little bit now. A lot of my hate's more sent towards James Harden. But, I'm turning the corner slowly.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to seeing, it is bizarre to have a playoff
Yeah.
with no LeBron.
Yeah.
So it's weird because I'm now watching this, all this playoffs as the most neutral fan of all time. And obviously I don't want the Celtics to win, just as a Lakers-Celtics fan.
Okay. Yep.
I've got a soft spot for the Nets, even though, I've always been a sort of second team New York Knicks fan.
Yeah.
But to see them come from nothing
Yeah.
to they're in the playoffs, and even though it's D'Angelo Russell, who was my boy, and I was on him when the Lakers drafted him. I've been on him when he was at Ohio State.
Yeah.
That hurts a little bit, but I
Yeah.
understand why he had to go, why he had to move on.
Right.
So it's good to see that, and there's that whole dynamic of the Sixers, do they win this year or does it all fall apart?
Yeah.
Because they've got so many guys that are out of contract at the end of the year. Is Giannis that good? And he's showing that he probably is.
Yeah, he's solid.
And then is it out west? Can anyone even take a game off the Warriors? Which I don't think they can. I think it may be a sweep through to the finals.
Oh, wow.
For the Warriors.
Yeah.
If they want it, and when they want it, and I think they've the last couple of weeks, even like the other day, they took on Denver, who was the number 1 seed in the West all year, and beat them by 30, and now are the number 1 seed in the West. It was like, when they want to put their foot down, they're putting their foot down. And I mean, as the one thing that I found the most bizarre of the whole season is that apparently this whole time, Steph Curry, partially blind.
Yeah. Got his contact lenses.
Yeah, and now he's got contacts, and now he can see better than he ever has before. It's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
You broke the record 3
Yeah.
times in a row of shooting the most threes in a season, and you couldn't see.
Yeah, I know.
Just like, I'm really worried now what's going to happen to the rest of the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to wrap that up, I agree. I think Golden State is a team to beat. But the way the NBA is played these days, with the 3-point shot being it is, I can see them dropping a game because all it takes is one game for them
One
to be
bad
off.
game, yeah.
And you can see, Houston's a classic example of that. They'll score 151 game and then 89 in the next game because their shots aren't dropping.
Yeah, they're just
so
finicky.
yeah. So look, my tip is Golden State.
Yep.
I think that will be the 3-peat if they win this year.
Yep.
And then I think their run it's not going to be over.
Yeah.
But KD goes. Then I think
I hear that the big rumor is KD goes. They want to re-sign Boogie.
Yeah.
Which then leaves no money for Draymond.
Yeah.
Which means they might need to trade Draymond, and if they can get rid of Draymond, all of a sudden I think everyone everyone sort of has this love-hate relationship with the Warriors because they just came good. When they came up, everyone was like, like hard luck story. We remember the hanging with Mr. Cooper team with Chris Mullen, Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
We loved that crew.
Yeah.
And then there's the We Believe crew that you knocked off the Dirk and the Mavericks.
Yeah.
And then it was like, there's this the Splash Brothers, the Splash Brothers.
That's
And
cute.
Bogut plays there. This is good. And then they came up and they just won. And then it was just like, they're doing all right. That Draymond guy fucking shits. And he's the lightning rod. You love them, or you hate them, and you hate them probably because of Draymond. There's no other reason to hate that team. You can't really hate Steph. You can't hate Clay.
Nah.
You know, you just...
He's a bit overrated, but yeah.
Here we go. we'll save that for another time. But I think if Draymond goes, it'd be funny to how the general public's perception of that team is. I think they'll only go up.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of public perception, Steve, you throw in your little...
segue!
Now, last week, I put the sword to Marvel and all Marvel films.
Yeah.
I think I went in on Marvel fans. Fucking nerds.
Yes, they
Stephen, what have you been doing this week?
Well, I actually started watching Avengers for the first time.
Yeah.
And Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Iron Man.
Yeah.
Well, not for any reason other than...
Hey, buddy, did you see the nerd?
Nerd! My little boy, Snammel.
No, don't bring him into this. He doesn't even know what he's watching.
I'm bringing him down with me. If I'm going down, he's coming down with me.
I'm glad you didn't try to drag Sophia Mania through this.
No.
She knows better.
She will be ass if I tried that. He's got 2 dolls.
Yeah.
Iron Man and Spider-Man, who... So, you know, and he hangs out with these dudes, man. Those 2, Woody, Buzz... Yeah. That's his clique. And, so he's been watching. And I said, mate, would you like to see Iron Man? I was actually hoping for a cartoon. I couldn't find anything. So I only saw the thing. And I had to basically fast forward the bits until he had the costume on. Yeah. Just so, look, there he is, because he didn't care about Robert Downey Jr., right?
But he's a brilliant actor.
Although he's as good as he is. And he'll get it eventually. But, so I had to fast forward it. And then I realised that in Iron Man, he didn't actually...
Doesn't do a lot of suit stuff.
No. So then I thought, fuck it. It'd be good as Avengers. Because they're all suited up.
Yeah.
And this morning I turned it on while we're getting the kids ready for school. So I got to watch for the first time about 60% of Avengers. Yeah. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. It was very WrestleMania for me. I was very underwhelmed. I was very, I don't get it. Yeah. But at the same time, I wasn't horrified. I wasn't like,
I just think nothing could sum up our relationship better than that, Steve. Me absolutely putting the torch to something, and then you deciding, well, you know what? If he hates it, I'm going to get on it just to shit him. Nothing sums you up better, Steve. I hate something, so you're going to watch it. That was just, as soon as you told me that, I was like, yeah, fucking piece of shit. But anyway, speaking of another one that's going to set the nerds off.
Okay.
Did you see the trailer last week for the new Joker film?
Oh, did I? Yes, I was actually
That's
excited.
what I was asking, yes.
Yes, I did. Finally excited about in that genre of film. Yeah. It looks very good. What do you think?
I thought it was great. Now, the one thing that the 2 reasons why I loved it. One, it looks like just a good film.
Yeah.
Like, if you take away who the character is and any preconceived backstory on who he is, it looks like a good movie.
I agree.
Like, it just looks like a good movie, you know what I mean? And then you throw in the added thing of all the comic book fans fucking seem to hate it. Makes me love it even more. Yeah. You know, and it's almost like I am going to enjoy this out of spite. Yes, it probably doesn't follow the conventions of the thing. You know, yes, it should be it's you know, I like the fact that he's almost the anti-hero. You know, and like it's the guy. Yes, it goes through the checklist of your standard villain fare. A little bit over concerned with his mum, you know?
Yes.
Somewhat of a weird outcast. Gets picked on. Tries to, remain happy. Eventually cracks under the pressure. Get broken and then turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're your 5 on your checklist that you expect from these sorts of things. But I just thought it was great. I mean, as our man Sean Fuster put, he goes, it did seem like Falling Down, the old Michael Douglas movie. But with, the Joker character. And he goes, and because he's a big comic book nerd. Sean, sorry, mate. You're fucking, you are numero uno in the world of comic book nerds, but he'll wear that badge proudly. He's like, I don't want to see Falling Down with the Joker. He goes, if they want to remake Falling Down, which I'm all for, because I fucking love that movie. It's a great movie. But, that's the problem. You need to put a spin on it to drag in, like I said last week, every film these days has to be a fucking comic book movie. So if they needed to tack the Joker onto it in order to get people involved and people to go watch it, and also for it to get greenlit and actually made, well, then sometimes, you've just got to, these are the chances you got to take. But, this happens in movies. Everyone latches on to the popular movie. Remember when, and this sounds stupid, but fucking like Step Up came up. And all of a sudden there was
the
like dance movies
yes.
every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like that's just what they do. It's whatever the flavour of the month is, they're jumping on. At the moment, superheroes,
Remember all the teenager movies back in the day?
Oh, shit, yeah.
All the teenager movies.
And that's when you get the great ones, like Not Another
Not a
Teen
teen
Movie.
movie. That's exactly right.
The one that takes the piss out of it. But that's
Yeah.
the thing, like, if they're going to keep throwing out these superhero movies, then eventually, people are going to want to see, people are just naturally negative these days. Well, show me the video of the bad guy. You know what I mean? Like Suicide Squad's all about the bad guys being the good guys. You know what I mean? Like, eventually I don't see this not turning into, the Joker, maybe he's not that bad.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
All right.
I did enjoy the meme of the fact that in the 80s they said, throw him into a vat of poison, he comes out as a Joker. In 2019, just throw him into society. He'll come out the Joker.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually keen. I'm interested to see it. And which makes me think, or reminds me, what's the status of our Us thing? Is that out yet in the cinemas?
Yeah,
yet?
it is out. Yeah, it's been out a couple of weeks. We need to organise.
Have you asked the missus?
Yes, she wants to go see it too, which it's really upsetting.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to have a boy.
Oh, whoa.
I know, she
Bro,
wants to come, and then the problem with that is you spend the whole fucking... Yeah, okay. Satan doesn't listen to this, but she clued. Stop telling everyone that I call her Satan. Yeah. Because she knows that much. But... she's, I don't know. I don't want to lump the whole female gender into this.
Right.
But is your wife also one of those asks a billion and one fucking questions during the movie? Like, the one thing I can't stand, we're both watching a movie for the first time at the same time. Who's that and what are they doing? I'm watching at the same fucking time you are, mate. Like, just, if you shut up, you might let them fucking talk and then you might hear what the answer is. Why do you have to know everything before it happens? Just let it unfold in front of you. Why are you... basically, I don't want to ask too many questions.
I'll tell you what, that's funny you say that. I don't know what the wife thinks of me as far as how I know
she told me she doesn't like you.
Yeah, she gets very angry when I watch a TV show. So. Yeah. But I'll tell you a funny little moment. Remember when Sixth Sense came out?
Yeah.
And I think I'm pretty sure it was me and my wife and a couple of friends went and watched that film. And the key moment when everyone realizes, Bruce Willis is the ghost.
Yeah.
Went straight over my head. So I think he drops a coin.
Yeah.
Drops his ring. Sorry. And I actually literally heard everyone go, in the cinema. I was like, what? What the fuck? Did I fall asleep then? What the fuck happened? I was like, am I the stupidest person in the world? Because apparently everyone in this fucking cinema understands that he's... And I was like, I get it now. After I was like,
I already knew. I knew beforehand. That's why I wasn't surprised.
Before you did. Yeah. And that was funny. So, look, bro, this is a dude's thing, man. We got, sorry, Satan, but you might stay home on this one. This is or you can double time it if you want. You can go watch it with her as well. I like act surprised when me and you go watch that.
I like how you're saying this like you would say it to her face.
No,
she's 5'2" of fury, mate, and you're scared of her.
Oh no,
but that's all right. We will organise something, even if I have to sneak out. Because that's the thing. Like, she always says, I want to watch that movie. I want to watch that movie, and I want to go see it, and then she'll just put it off. Oh, we got things on. And then it's not at cinemas anymore.
What about a weekday for you? Because I know you like your sleep.
No, weekdays no good. I can't do weekdays. I think maybe Saturday might have to do something. Yeah,
something.
Yeah, because she got a birthday party to go to on Saturday. Yeah, I'm going to the footy after footy maybe. We'll organise something up there.
Why people talk to your people?
Yeah. But we're going to go finish off on our new segment, Steve. We got the all-timers for an all-timer.
Yeah.
Now, last week, it seemed like everyone was pretty underwhelmed with our choices. they thought, and they brought a few to the table. The one that I thought that you were going to bring to the table was the one that Jonah brought to the table, which was Moana.
I had not even thought of that. Yeah. Again, great reason why I married her. She's on the money. Yeah. What a great choice.
She was a great choice. And as soon as I saw it too, I went, good choice.
Yeah.
And the other good choice was Fat Guts. Fat Guts put in there, mate, Andy's Fat Guts, and he'll always be Fat Guts. He put in there Be Cool.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I didn't put in Be Cool, he doesn't star in it. He's a secondary character. And don't get me wrong, it's probably his best role, and he's outstanding in it, and he's really funny, and it's a very, very funny film.
Yeah.
But I was thinking more along the lines of the guy has to be his role.
Yeah.
Same way that one of the guys that the guy you want to bring up today.
Yes.
He has a secondary part in one film which he's outstanding in, but I wouldn't classify that one as one of his movies.
Okay, I think I might know. We'll
so Steve, what have you got for us? What are you bringing this week?
Well, you mentioned The Rock.
Yep.
Last week. Great. I thought it was a great choice. Then again, the movies were hard.
Yeah.
But this guy has a larger
Dick?
No.
The way you were doing it with your hands, Steve. I didn't know where you were. She's really bringing a mouthful, yeah.
Larger, what's the word? Pool of work, not pool of work. What's the fucking... You know what I'm saying.
Body of work.
Body of work. What
yeah.
the fuck, pool of work?
I don't know.
I wonder why I didn't get that Sixth Sense thing. Anyway, this guy is one of my favourite actors. Although, having said that, I haven't seen him a lot in his more recent things.
Yeah.
Is Tom Cruise.
There you go.
Now, he, to me, you know, when we look at my era growing up, our era growing up, this guy has been consistently an A-lister from the mid-'80s, even to today. You know, even through his Mission Impossible, which I never watched.
Even through his Scientology and...
All through the movie. Yeah, that's right. Look, we've had this discussion. I can put his craziness to one side.
You can separate the art from the artist.
I can. And I think... but Tom Cruise, to me, is probably... You know, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves.
Yeah.
You know, I'm curious to know how he's going to be looked at when he's 75, 80, when he's, will he be revered? The amount of stuff that he's done.
Do you think you'll get the Pacino, De Niro?
That's exactly right, that respect. Pacino and De Niro are like, put on a pedestal. Yeah. And I'm wondering, I think Tom Cruise deserves that. I really do.
Well, I do like this, and even though I can sort of poke holes in Tom Cruise, there's a comedian, Rich Hall, does a bit about, you can find on the internet how to make a bomb, but they won't tell you the plot to the new Tom Cruise film. And then he goes through them and he goes, for starters, he's a cocktail waiter.
Yes.
He's a pretty good cocktail waiter too,
I like that.
Makes a few cocktails, has a crisis of confidence, doesn't want to make cocktails anymore, meets a pretty girl, goes back to being a pretty good cocktail maker. Then he's a race car driver. Pretty good race car driver too. He has a crisis of confidence, doesn't want to race cars anymore, meets a pretty girl, goes back to being a pretty good race car driver. Then he was a jet pilot. Pretty good jet pilot too. Yes, has a crisis of confidence, doesn't want to fly jets anymore, meets a pretty girl, goes back to being a pretty good jet pilot. Then he was a sports agent. He literally goes down like the list and you're just like, then he was a samurai. You're like, fucking Jesus. Wow, yeah, right. He's got a type. Yeah. He's got a type of film. Yeah. But, it's one of those things. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah. And so he does, and I mean, he's branched off recently with the what's the name films, those Mission Impossible films. That's a life into itself. And they're actually, apparently that last one was really good. Okay. I only saw the first maybe 3. Yeah. And then I sort of took a bit of a break off from, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies. Yeah. But yeah, apparently the last one was really good. Okay. So he's sort of spun out into that character mostly. Mm-hmm. But there's a few other ones that have been recent that I've heard. The Day After Tomorrow, whatever it was. Apparently that was really, really good. Yeah. But yeah, so no, he does have a good body of work.
He does. So what let's name some contenders. Yeah. What's the obvious ones?
Well, you got the obvious ones. Is your favourite film. The most homoerotic film of all time, Top Gun.
Yes.
They
are making a sequel right now.
I don't think they need to. They're already allowed to marry. We don't need to. That's going to get me in trouble.
Dude, there's been a lot of my clapping. You've been on fire today, mate.
Yeah. It's not the first time I'm giving you a clap. Now there's Top Gun. You've got your... Risky Business.
Yes.
That's outstanding. Cocktail is actually deceptively good.
Yeah. Days of Thunder.
See, we just some news. I'm a big Jerry Maguire guy.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Loved Jerry Maguire. Yeah. Let's see, what else you got? You got your Mission Impossible films.
Yeah.
The first one was really good. Really did enjoy it. I know I'm missing one here. A Few Good Men. So he did have a few courtroom ones.
Dude, that Few Good Men, I'm gonna eat. That's one of my ones.
And there's a few other. Right now, I know I'm missing a couple, and I'm just like, how do you forget that? But he's got some. But the one I was thinking of earlier was Tropic Thunder. He has like an uncredited cameo. He's not even in the fucking credits for that, but his character in that is out of control. And that movie is so problematic, they could not remake that today. They talk about how the way everyone's sensitivities are these days. Yeah. Some of the jokes in that film, I mean, the whole thing of Robert Downey Jr. doing the whole thing in blackface. Yeah. That would not fly today. And Tom Cruise's character in that, especially the stuff that he says, oh my God, they would never allow that to film.
It was only 10 years ago.
I know, but it's like, world's changed.
Yeah.
World's changed a lot. So that's
Simple Jack.
And that's, Jesus. That movie is one of those ones you watch it now, you're like, like it's almost like when you watch, like, have you watched back, like, American Pie or something, or
Right,
like even like
right.
Porky's, or
Yeah,
or
yes.
Animal House? You're just like, I can't believe this is about to say that in a movie. Like Caddyshack was one for me. I was just like, oh, I can't say that anymore. Like, it's just great. But I think, there's a few contenders there. But what are you going to go for your number one?
Look, I mean, Top Gun is up there for me, you know, and
Last Samurai. No.
No. But to be honest with you, and this is again, I mean, look, people have their own views on him, but to me, he nailed this character. And his cast was great. He had Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
And Demi Moore.
Yep.
Was A Few Good Men. I love a real good courtroom drama film. I do. I really love it. Me and the wife used to watch a lot of SVU.
Yep.
Law and Order SVU. And she used to watch Boston Practice or some shit like that
Boston
as well.
Legal,
Boston Legal Practice. Oh, The Practice. Sorry, it's called The Practice. Good courtroom stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is really good. And I feel Tom Cruise in that film.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of the few films I can sort of like, doesn't matter what time, if I'm flicking channels and I catch it halfway through,
Now you're watching to the end.
I'll watch it to the end.
Yeah.
You know, that and Time to Kill, the Samuel Jackson film.
Yep, I was just about to say there was
another courtroom film.
a good run of courtroom films.
Yeah,
They became the flavour of the month for a while.
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. Jesus, that's outstanding. That is they almost threw that in a joke, but that is an outstanding. Those other things, those courtroom films,
They are really good.
Devil's Advocate. There was a run of those for a while.
Yeah. So, that's going to be mine. I think, as good as Top Gun is, and I can't wait to see the sequel, I think, that's mine.
Mine's going to go with Jerry Maguire.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's sick.
That's the standard. You know me, I enjoy a bit of romantic comedy.
Yeah.
But I'm the biggest sports fan in the world. And the whole thing was the fact that it was a real, like, sport. Like, that made me want to go, I want to be a sports agent.
Yeah.
And I have no idea about contracts or anything. But I just watched that film and just went, this is the greatest, that's the sort of industry I want to be in, just around sports and athletes and that sort of stuff. That was just my bread and butter, and it was just such a good film. Like, I was a big fan of Tom Cruise's kid anyway, from your Top Guns and that sort of shit.
Yeah.
But it's just, that movie was just like perfect for me. You had the cute kid, like, even though Renee Zellweger has got that face where she looks like she sucked on a lemon the whole time. It's just, it was a really, really well made film. It was really funny, but it was also, it had the Bruce Springsteen song.
Oh, yeah.
Secret Garden, which is hilarious because that song's actually about a prostitute. It's in my list of top songs that are about prostitutes.
It's also in your list of absolutely crazy facts that really
only I know.
Only you know exactly, man. Yeah.
But no, that's going to be mine. So I reckon we put them up there.
Okay, yep.
I think we'll get a lot of votes in other this week.
Yeah, I think
a lot of people are going to throw in your Top Guns, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like Brett's a big Top Gun guy. Maybe not so much for the jet planes, maybe for the other part of the film. I think he likes that. He relates to it, makes him feel comfortable. But I think Top Gun's gonna get a lot of votes. And you guys, by all means, throw in other, get on the Facebook, share it out there.
Yeah.
You put your votes in there. The more people get traction, the more people, you can prove to us that we're wrong. When we're not going to believe it, but at least you can feel like you've won something.
And can you also, are we going to put it out to listeners and see who else we want next time? Because
that's it. We can have you guys, not only if you're going to vote for other, click on one of the two options we have, vote for one of our options, which are A Few Good Men for Steve or Jerry Maguire for myself, or put down other, and then you put in who you want us to do next week.
Yeah.
And so... And it needs to be someone that everyone sort of knows. It's like, we put in there like some obscure guy from the 80s. Like, we're not doing Tom Berenger. We're not doing Tom Berenger.
Can we talk about Major League next week?
We'll do a topic last week on sports films. Because I'm very big on sports films, so this is it's a very controversial topic for me.
Let's do a list.
We do a whole show on
sports films. We do a list
films.
next week?
We can do a list. We go back to the list, but we need the listener, to send in nothing.
Tom Berenger.
It's not going to be Tom Berenger. But that's going to be us for this week, guys. For Speaker, I want to say goodbye. For Steve Bowes, we'll speak to you next week. Peace.
To support the boys, subscribe to the podcast and leave a 5-star review. And if you want to be involved, head over to facebook.com/DBB podcast, where you and the other 2 to 3 listeners can leave feedback and constructive criticism.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to OzcastNetwork.com for details.